Hello everybody, this is Todd with Duct Tape Hanger. Still working on this Balsa USA 1/3 scale Cub, stripping it down. It's been a slow process because there has been lots and lots of screws to take everything apart. It's actually structurally pretty sound. I was expecting a lot more broken and damaged stuff. This was built in 1981. I was expecting a lot more damage for something that's 44 years old, going on 45 years old now. It's really not too bad. The gear block come loose. What started all this is this came loose in my trailer. I think I said this in the other video. I was taking it to a slow fly event and came loose in the trailer. It busted these gear blocks out. It obviously bounced around, busted the front gear block out. That's what this is here. Broke that piece out. I don't even know what this epoxy, never even touched anything, but it looked like at one time it had some extra pieces in there on the sides. All that stuff is gone. I'm going to go in there and redo all of it and get her back together. She deserves it. It really deserves it. It's a really good flying airplane. Some of this stuff here is broke. I need to get in here and I'm going to work on all this. All this stuff's broke out. I think I know a color combination. I was looking at New Cover on Value Hobbies. Has New Cover, it's film. You get 16 feet for either $18 or $20. Their shipping is really reasonable. It's very nice covering. It's a film. It's not a fabric. I'm not doing any fabric on this. It is film. It's very low heat, but it does not wrinkle up. It's really good stuff. I've covered 2 airplanes with it. I really like the shine of it. It has shine of like a monocoat. It doesn't have the duller shine like Ultra Coat. It has a really nice gloss to it. And they have a color called Honeydew White, which is kind of an off-white, kind of a little tiny hint of like maybe a greenish blue to it. And they have a copper that I really like. A copper pearl, and I'm thinking about doing copper right down this fuselage line. Let me get you in a spot here where you can probably see what I'm talking about. That's not bad, but I'm thinking about doing a copper right down this line here. So it'd be a good split of the body. That way everything I have to paint, all this metal work here, all of this trim that's all laying down here, all of this trim stuff, which I did write notes on here, which way this goes on. Like this is windshield, top, front, so this way I can put all this stuff back where it belongs. All that stuff has to be painted. It's all going to go up on top here and around the windows. So I want to paint all of that stuff the same color. I don't think the honeydew color I would actually be able to match, but the copper I think I could get close enough. I'm going to look around at some Rust-Oleums and some other colors and see if they have a copper. A friend of mine covered his plane in some copper, and I'm going to ask him if I can have a little piece of it and take it and try to match it with some color paint, some spray paint. And I would like to follow maybe this line with the copper on top, so all this will be copper, and it'll be right here along the door. I'll do the door frame. So like everything on the door down will be another color, and everything from the window up will be the copper. So I'll do the copper up, and I might have to curve it because I'd like to paint the cowl. I'd like to paint the cowl all one color. So I'd have to probably curve this down or something here to make that. I don't want to have to try and match that honeydew color, which, like say, I know finding a color that'll match that would almost be a nice greasy mess inside there. Be almost impossible to match, and I really don't want to do that. So we'll see. We'll see if I can come up with that. If not, I'm thinking maybe metallic blue and then do white in between these 2 bars across here, and I can do red. They have a nice deep red that I could do on the bottom half and match this up as well, and just do a white stripe down the center and then probably put chrome in between it as a breaker, and then I could paint the cowl the 3 colors, and that wouldn't be any problem if I do that. Red, white, metallic blue, and red and white. So, hey, that awesome works good at getting that grease off of you too. So I just tried that. So if you ever do that, there you go. You can use that on there as well. And it is food grade, so you don't have to worry about any toxins or anything on your hands. But yeah, so that's what I'm looking at on all of this. If I can do that. And then on the wings, whatever color I go with, it'll end here with these metal braces that come over the top. I'll have to paint them to match it. Paint them to match the copper. And then I'll probably just run copper or whatever color I end up with, the blue or whatever will run along the top leading edge. But I'm not going to go Cub yellow. There's a million Cubs out there and they're all yellow. So I want to come up with something a little different and go from there. And but structurally it's pretty good. There is, I seen this piece here is broke out. There's a piece of sheeting here that's gone. I'm going to go ahead and put a piece in here and tie this together so this isn't flexing. You can see that flex there a little bit. And that'll help with this here. We did have a couple of breaks here, and I can tell this is from where we put the wings on. Let's see if you can get in there and see it. But you can see where this on both sides here is that way. This is flexed, and that's from people pushing the wings on. The wings go on tight. I'm going to put some more wood in here on both sides. Double that up. Other than that, she looks pretty good. I don't see anything that's really structurally wrong with this part. At least I haven't peeled the tail. I got to pull all the hardware. I got to pull these little panels off. You know, more screws to mess with. But it's coming along pretty good. She's not too bad. I'm pretty happy with the way it looks. So I'm gonna fix the rudder. You know, obviously that broke in the trailer when it come loose. So I'm gonna fix all that, get all that glued back on, and get that straightened out. I'm not gonna pull the hinges. I'm gonna cover around all the gaps. Whatever color I'm gonna put in there first, and work around these gaps. Is it going to be absolute? This is like I say, I'm not a great coverer. I'm not great at covering. It's going to be a 20-footer, 20 feet, 20 mile an hour. It'll look pretty decent. I call most of my planes 2020s. Am I going to be happy with it? Yes. Are other people going to pick it apart? I'm sure they can. For what I have in this plane, I have less than $300 in this plane ready to fly. So with trade deals and stuff that I did to get it, I have very little into it. So doing this covering, I'm going to have, you know, probably $100 in covering, because I'll probably get, you know, one roll of whatever's on, well, depending on I might get 2 rolls of whatever's on top and 3 rolls of whatever's on bottom, because that's going to be mostly the wings and that. So I'll use a roll each on each wing, and then whatever I need here for trim and finishing out. So probably, you know, I might have $120 in covering when I'm done, because like I say, you get 16 feet. Check out their, if you like using film, check their stuff out. It's Value Hobbies. It's a new cover, Neucover. The only thing I don't like about it is it doesn't come on a core. So when you get close to, it's wound pretty tight. So when you get down to the end, it takes a lot of, it's hard to hold down to make nice straight cuts. So you got to put a little weight on it, stretch it out. But once you peel the back, and the back are sometimes hard to peel. Some people use the tape method, stick a piece of tape on there and then you can peel it. I usually take the edge of a nice sharp X-Acto knife, kind of poke it underneath the edge, and I'll turn it, and then I can peel it. And I don't usually have too many problems with that. I'll show you that when I get to that point of covering. I mainly want to get this stripped down, set off to the side, and then I can start working on. I've got other projects. This is going to be an ongoing series throughout the winter. Restoring this one. I mainly want to get it stripped, check out all the parts that need to be fixed, and just go from there. I like it. I like this old bird. It's such a beautiful plane in the air. It flies really well. The Quadra 50, 52 is perfect for that. But she's had a long life, and whoever had it originally put smoke in it, so the tail was already very stained black from all of the smoke oil over the years. But the wood does not look too damaged. It doesn't look oil soaked or anything, so I'm pretty happy with the way it came out. So it's just a matter of time. It just takes time, and I love doing these restorations. Like I said, it's going to be good enough for me. I'm not going to get too picky. I just go out, come up with a design, and kind of enjoy it, and go from there and do what I do. I'm not out to, like I said, I'm never out to win any awards. I don't care about that stuff. I just want to go have some fun with the plane and see what I can come up with. So, guys, I hope you kind of enjoy this. I'm not, like I say before, take any of my advice with a grain of salt. I'm not a professional. There's guys out there that know way more than I do. I just kind of do my own thing. I try to be as safe as possible and just get out there, and I do a lot of flying. There's guys out there that are way more knowledgeable, way better builders, way better fixers. They're way better at covering. I really admire guys that are good at that stuff. I'm not that guy. I try my best. Sometimes I get in a hurry. Sometimes my overlap lines are terrible. I don't know. When you see, I redid a Mr. Mulligan, redid the fuse on it, or recovered a fuse on it, and it was right after I got out of the hospital because I was bored. I was home for a week after I got out of the hospital, so I started covering this Mulligan, Bud Nose and Mr. Mulligan, and I know I was on a lot of blood pressure pills and all kinds of stuff, and I was loopy that's why they didn't have me go back to work. And I look at that now, and I look at my lines and my covering on it, and I was like, oh my gosh, is this terrible? It looks horrible. The only thing I can say about it is that it's mine. I'm not going to recover it again. I'll put the graphics on it when I finish it. It'll probably be a future build sometime during this channel. I've got plenty of projects, and you'll see. It's very amateurish, and it shows it 100%. But when it flies by, nobody's going to see my bad overlap lines and stuff. And whatever. It's budget builds, and it is what it is. It's lipstick on a pig at this point, whatever I do with it. But like I say, and this one might come out terrible too. I don't know. I'm going to try and go from there. But all right, guys, that's kind of where I'm at now. I'm going to keep stripping it, get this fuselage finished out over the next couple days, and I'll give you some update videos as I go, as I start working on tearing the tail apart and getting that stuff glued back together. I'm going to work on getting the stuff glued in before I put it away. Once I get it stripped, the stuff I want to fix, the front landing gear blocks and the tail and that kind of thing, and get that done. And then I'll set it off to the side till I'm ready to start covering. So I'm trying to think of what else. I got to peel the wings yet. The wings are going to need a lot of attention as well, and it's just because the covering it's falling off in most of the places. It's the original covering, and it's showing it's 40 some years of age. Oh yeah, I'm going to have to paint. All this is painted in here. All this is painted. I'll probably paint this, tape all this stuff off. It's maybe even spray through here. I don't know. I'm going to probably just go with a primer, black primer or something to get rid of all that yellow, especially if I go a different color. Obviously, yellow ain't going to work. So, we'll see. We'll see what I come up with. But, all right, guys, that's where I'm at. And here we are. So, Tell me about your projects, man. It's getting winter time. Tell me what you're working on. I had a couple of you guys talk about you're working on quarter scale cubs. I appreciate it. I like hearing about it. If you have a channel, let me know your channel. I would love to watch what you guys are doing as well. I've looked at quite a few of my subscribers and looked at their stuff and added them as well. So if you got something going on, I'd love to see it. And that's what this hobby's all about. Just getting out there, having some fun, make it your own, and have some fun with it. All right, guys. Thanks again, and we'll catch you later. Bye bye.